Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad. This is Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. As you guys have noticed, I've been doing more videos geared towards retirement because I'm getting close to retirement and I'm looking at ways to fund my retirement through income. And here's an article that I found from Seeking Alpha. It's about REITs. Now, REITs are popular this year because they've been doing really well. But let's look at the reasons why they are popular. And this is an article by Brad Thomas. And I don't know Brad, but he's got a good name because he's got my name. So, hey, let's go with it. So, it's REITs. Retirement strategy dividends are more than just icing on the cake. And this is actually just a couple of days ago, so it's a recent one. So the summary of the article, it says, and I'm not sure whether they're summarizing at the beginning, but hey, let's read it anyway. Summary: since REITs pay out over 90% of net income, there is a more structured and disciplined approach that approaches REITs unique and also very rewarding for investors. Now, I want to highlight that my top 3 REIT holdings and to provide a textbook version of why these premium REITs are proven platforms for predictability, or PPP, for proven platforms of predictability. Dividend increases, even more than the current earnings or earnings predictions, are a forward-looking indicator of growth and total return prospects. Looking for a portfolio of ideas like this one? Members of iREIT on Alpha get exclusive access to our portfolio model. So obviously he's trying to sell his online course, which I understand. All right. It's been almost 9 years since Chuck Carnival wrote this Seeking Alpha article titled Dividends Provide a Return Bonus. The year was 2012, and I was beginning to learn the ropes on Seeking Alpha by following some of the best dividend-focused writers. By chance, I ran across a few articles penned by Carnival, and this particular one hit home. As he explained, with all things being equal, dividend-paying common stocks provide their shareholders a return bonus, or what some might like to call a kicker, over an equivalent common stock that pays no dividend. Obviously, because if you get paid quarterly an amount of money over just the appreciation, you're getting a little kicker. Many investors do not see it this way, as they tend to think of dividend providing them their return. However, the stock market capitalizes earnings whether a company pays a dividend or not. Moreover, we contend that the market will value a given company's earnings based on their past and future prospects for growth, again, regardless of whether a dividend is paid or not. Carnival went on to write about the concept of total return investing. An investment in a common stock typically offers their shareholders 2 components of return. The first component is the capital appreciation component, or the increase in the stock's value over time. Let's bring this up a little bit. Okay, the second component is the dividend, or lack thereof. The company pays to its shareholders in cash, typically once a quarter. The two added together equal the shareholders' total return. On the one side, we have the capital growth component. On the other side, we have the income component. This is what's important for you if you're in retirement, because income is important, right? Now, keep in mind that the important point behind Carnival's article was that when comparing 2 companies with equivalent rates of earnings, one paying a dividend and the other not paying a dividend, the dividend-paying company will pay their shareholders a higher total return. He continued, the stock that pays a dividend to its shareholders, providing them a return bonus or a kicker. He went on to write that in either case, dividend-paying or not, the bulk or majority of the total return will be provided by the capital appreciation of the component. So, you guys, the appreciation of the stock is the biggest thing to make you money, right? Not the dividend. But let's keep reading. Accordingly, Carnival proclaims that this is why we are saying that dividends are a kicker or a bonus return. In other words, capital appreciation is the cake and dividends are the icing on the cake. Okay, I remember calling Chuck after the article was published to discuss REITs in particular. I pointed out to Chuck that most REITs dividends are paid or more than 50% of the total return composition. And since REITs pay out over 90% of net income in the form of dividends, there is a more structured and disciplinary approach that makes REITs unique and also very rewarding for investors. Another legendary investor, Ben Graham, also pointed out the importance of dividend growth as he explained it in The Intelligent Investor. And if you guys haven't read the book Intelligent Investor by Graham, you need to. It was written a long, long time ago, but it is so right. I mean, even now. Paying out a dividend does not guarantee great results, but it does improve the return of the typical stock by yanking at least some of the cash out of the manager's hands before they can squander it or squirrel it away. That's awesome. He's basically saying they're going to give you guys a little bit of the cash so they can't screw it all up. Some of it's gone. All right. REIT dividend yields have historically been a good deal higher than the average of the S&P 500. Conversely, dividends make a difference for long-term retirement savings, and they can be reinvested to generate future returns, while in later years they can also provide a steady income stream to help meet expenses in retirement. This is what I'm looking at them for, you guys, okay? Because I am getting close to retirement, and when I'm in retirement, I'm going to actually take those dividends and spend them as opposed to reinvesting them. So once a quarter, I'm going to get a pretty good return from the REITs to spend to pay for my life. Okay, thus, because REITs pay consistent dividends, they are more than just icing on the cake in that they provide a value proposition like no other stock, and perhaps that is why the cake and eat it too strategy is appetizing to many intelligent REIT investors. For Ben Graham must have loved the attraction of dividends when he wrote, "One of the most persuasive tests of high quality is an uninterrupted record of dividend payments going back over many years." This is why when we invest in dividend companies, we look at their dividend history payout record, right? Dividend kings, the ones that have gone 50 years, right? Dividend aristocrats, 25 years of consistently increasing their dividend. Very important. Another one of my favorite teachers on Seeking Alpha was Regarded Solutions. As many know, he passed away a few weeks ago, and I decided to write a weekly article in memory of him under the retirement strategy title. In one article, he cited Geraldine Weiss's 1988 book, Dividends Don't Lie. Once you've received a dividend, it is cash in your pocket. Cash in your pocket does not lie. It is there for whatever you want to use it for, and it's yours. Period. The simple truth is that when a company offers a dividend, it is fairly certain it has enough cash flow to pay its shareholders to hang on to their stock. I know that the current yields of these stocks are not high enough for some folks, but the lower risks that these companies offer can offset some of the hesitancy. If an investor starts the journey with a long-term horizon to allow compounding of reinvesting dividends into existing holdings, no matter what they might be, and to grow the number of shares at the same time, the income stream itself will grow exponentially. That's called yield on cost, you guys. One of the reasons that I decided to continue with this retirement strategy series is because I wanted to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to read some of the timeless treasures written by our good friend Regarded Solutions. Now, you guys, full disclosure, I haven't read these, but I'm looking forward to. So let's keep going. I believe everyone has their own alpha, and each of us are seeking it. For my money, dividend growth investing has been and is my alpha. For growth investors, it might be Bitcoin or the next Apple. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I will ask you, what is the alpha you are seeking? So this goes to what I always say, you guys. Everybody's investing journey is different, right? What works for you doesn't work for me, doesn't work for Bill, doesn't work for Sarah. Doesn't matter. If it works for you, it works. If it's what you trust and what you believe in, that's the important thing. One thing to consider in REIT holdings always is to hold them in a tax protected account. So either a IRA or a Roth, because remember, you're never going to get qualified dividends in the payouts. Those are always taxable at ordinary income, which is awful. So we want to put those in places where we can save on those taxes. You guys, REITs are a good way, particularly to collect income if you're thinking about retirement. But they're also a good way for many people, young people, to get exposure to real estate, because a lot of us, let's face it, can't afford a $100,000 down payment to buy a rental property. And with realty prices going where they are right now, it's difficult for a lot of people to do that. Even the people that do buy real estate property can't afford it. So REITs are a great way to add some income to your portfolio, but also give you exposure to real estate in your portfolio. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, do me a favor, give me the thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, you know the deal. Hit the red button, ring the bell. You get notified every time I make a video. We'll try to make one at least once a week. All right, we'll see you. Thanks.